Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is CHEJIAO. I would like to present this today's group panel discussion. So we are group three, and our SDG theme is ensure availability and sustain management of water and sanitation for all. So it comes up our title, which is bridging the gap. How can we ensure equitable access to clean water in developing and developed regions alike? So before my starters, I would like to introduce the three participants, which is our three panelists. And the first panelist is Zhang Tongtong, and second is Lmce, and finally is XINYING. So let's look at the first part, which is overview about the issues. So access to clean water is a fundamental human right. So that's why we choose the SDG 6. And yet millions of people, especially in developing countries, still face challenges in getting safe and reliable water sources. And this issue is not only about health, but also about poverty, infrastructure, and global equity. It is a matter that concerns us all. So, one of the tests we've studied is Water, a Shared Responsibility by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And this test provides not only about global statistics and expert perspective, but also emphasis about international cooperation as a solution. It gives us a solid foundation in both theory and global practice. So that's all concludes my introduction. And so let's begin. And for our group discussion, we will have three panelists, and Zhang Tongtong will be a senior representative from an NGO, and Li Yanzhen will be a student representative, and Wu Xing will be the passionate youth environmentalist and advocate for climate and water justice. So to begin our discussion, I would like to invite our first panelist, which is Ms. Zhang Tongtong, and a senior representative from an NGO. So, Ms. Zhang, from your perspective in the private sector, based on your field experience, how do NGO help bridge the gap between policy and community level access to clean water? Please share your opinion.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Zhang Tongtong, and I'm one of the panelists in today's discussion. I'm speaking from the perspective of an NGO worker who focuses on improving access to clean water, especially in rural and underprivileged communities. In many parts of the world, especially in remote villages, people still rely on unsafe water resources like rivers, ponds, or open wells. This puts them at high risk of diseases and greatly affects their quality of life. From my experience working with NGOs, I've seen how we can make a real difference by stepping in to build simple yet effective water supply systems. But infrastructure alone isn't enough. That's why NGOs also provide hygiene education and train local residents to maintain and manage water systems. When people understand how to protect their water resources and how to use water safely, the impact becomes long-lasting. One of the key things I've learned is that community involvement is critical. According to a study by Magulo and Kamazima in 2022, NGO-funded water projects in China, local people were involved in planning and maintaining the systems. These projects were more sustainable and had stronger community support. This shows us something important. When solutions come from the ground up, they tend to work better. People are more likely to take care of something they helped create. In many cases, these community-led efforts by NGOs can even be more effective than top-down government projects, especially in areas with limited resources. That's why I believe NGOs play a vital role not just in providing physical access to clean water, but in empowering local communities to take ownership of their resources and build healthier, more sustainable futures. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Zhang. And for that valuable insight, into the role of business and in addressing the water access, your emphasis on grassroots involvement and long-term policy change is both inspiring and essential. So, beyond that perspective, let's now hear from the Miss Lee, our student representative. So, Miss Lee, based on your field experience, so please share opinion on clean water access.
Hi everyone, I'm Lmce. I will be the environmental science student and head of National University of Malaysian University's Sustainability Club. Honored to join these discussions on water equity. As a student representative, I firmly believe that ensuring equitable access to clean water in both developed and developing regions requires the concerted effort of governments and international organizations and individuals. First, in developed regions, we should promote water-saving technologies and foster water conservation habits. For instance, schools can organize awareness-raising campaigns to highlight the significance of water conservation. And students can actively advocate for the use of water-saving devices in daily life. This not only reduces unnecessary water waste, but also set a positive example for developing regions. In contrast, in developing regions, governments and international organizations need to increase investment in water infrastructure, building water treatment plants, laying pipelines, and improving water storage facilities can directly enhance the availability of clean water. Moreover, we must emphasize the power of education. Education serves as the core driver for changing mindset and inspiring actions in schools of developing regions. Systematic courses on water resources and health should be added. Through the engaging experiments demonstrating water purification principles, real-life case studies, illustrating health issues caused by the lack of clean water and community-based water resources research activities. Every student can deeply understand the value of clean water and develops good water using habits. Meanwhile, we should establish communication bridge between schools in developed and developing regions through online seminars and offline exchange programs. Students can share water use situations and coping strategies for different regions, broadening their global perspectives and uniting their determination to safeguard water resources. That's all for my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lee. Your insights are indeed very unique, and both the perspective and depth of your view are on issue and are on point. So now to complete the first round, let's hear from the youth environmentalist and Xing. So Miss Wu, as someone representing the voice of the young generation, so how do you see about the youth initiatives playing a role in advancing the water equity across regions? So please share your opinion.
Okay, hello. I'm young environmental active, bring the personality rooted in personal experience, advocacy, and young leader investi admit and improve water access in underserved communities. So young people can save water problems is simple. In my opinion, give us a little support, and we can solve clean water issues. So we are for ideas. Make fuels from plastic bottle and stand. Example: Africa students use foam to help people find water sources. Um, we can activate. Don't need wait for a big project. Just $500. We can start a communicate initiative, and we can build apps to malted water quilts. We can use TikTok to teach what combinations. And I can share real stories. A group of Kenya young building a water pump from basic parts that silver these bowl people what problems. With a little we need a little support. We can charge begin change. Okay, so in my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wu. And that was a powerful message about the youth engagement. And now I would like to open the second round of discussion, and which is the Q&A of the panel discussion. So first will be the senior representative from an NGO, Ms. Zhang. And as a NGO representative, what is the biggest challenge you face in providing the clean water to rural communities?
Challenge is the lack of long-term funding. Many NGOs only get short-term support from donors, which is not enough. Clean water projects need money not just to build, but also to keep working every day. The systems need repairs, cleanups, and trained workers. Without enough money in the future, these projects might stop working, and people will not have clean water again. So it's hard to make the projects last a long time without steady funding.
Okay. And next question is about how do NGO make sure that local communities support and maintain the water projects?
We involve the community from the very beginning of the project. Before we build anything, we talk to local people and listen to their needs. We train them on how to use and take care of the system. We also form small groups like water committees that help watch over the city. They fix small problems and teach others how to keep the water clean. When people are part of the project, they feel proud and responsible. This helps the project last longer and stay in good condition.
Okay. And do NGO work together with the government on clean water projects?
Yes, we often work together with local or national governments. Government support is very important. We share information, plans, and sometimes money or tools. The government can also help us reach more people and follow local rules. When we work as a team, the project is stronger. It's easier to solve problems and make big changes. With both the NGO and the government helping, the water projects can be more successful and help more people in the long run. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Zhang. I believe that NGO will also play an important bridging role in the dealing in development. And thank you very much for your sharing, and I'm looking forward for the further development of the NGO. So next will be our student representative, Ms. Lee. So could you elaborate on the effectiveness of your campus water conservation program?
Thank you for your questions. Our water credit bank initiatives has achieved an 18% reductions in dormitories water usage by converting conservation actions into redeemable points. This aligns with the 2023 Global Youth Water Report finding that gamify programs quadruple participations compared to traditional methods.
Okay, that is indeed a remarkable achievement, and I believe that this role will become increasingly significant, and its guiding force will become stronger and stronger in the future. And next question is about the why are the youth uniquely positioned to address the water issues?
With UNESCO reportings, 65% of universities globally running water programs campaigns serve as initiative hubs. Our peer-to-peer education approach directly addresses fragmented students' knowledge, demonstrating the youth equalities, capacities for change. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for your speech. And I was witness a student's confidence in assessing the water resources, and especially in the changes they have made. I believe that students will be an important group in the future, contributing their share of the society in terms of access to clean water resources. So, and finally is the environmentalist, Xing. So, how can young people help water scarce area solve their water problems?
Okay, we can have the area. We can use low cost water filters like this. We can make simple filters. Use plastic bottles, like this plastic box, and we can add sand or another another cost very low is low cost. So and we can make this plastic boat. Africa student like Africa student created sunlight discoloration boats. So and two, we can teach their people building apps to check water quality, use straws to find the broken piers, and so we can make fun TikTok videos, teach water saving tips, draw draw communities about water issues. And we can bring DIY filters to show these areas people can use clean water, filter clean water. Okay, so we can fund volunteer to building water in people drawing holidays, and yes, that's all.
Okay, so it seems like young people have indeed played a very important role, and their significance are gradually becoming more and more important. So, and why is it important to involving young people?
Yes, because many people lacked access to clean water, and young people are most affected, such as getting sick and being unable to go to school. Young people have many ideas, such as inviting cost saving water and tours, which can really help to in communities. Really sewing on the gov- government is not enough. Young people can fill these gaps, uh, especially in remote areas. Data also show that invalue young people in the key to better solving water problems. Thank you.
Yes, just as you said, the young people should indeed take on more responsibilities and play a greater role in obtaining clean water resources and also take a lead in protecting water resources. So, and thank you for all your thoughtful contribution today and your diverse perspectives like students, non-profit, and the youth have truly enriched our discussion on equitable water access. So I hope that today's panel discussion has inspired more collaborative efforts and long-term solution. And thank you once again. And this concludes my our panel discussion. And thank you all. Bye.
Mm.